that's really what Facebook is trying to do, right? Like, if you notice when you click on some news stories now, particularly from like the New York Times, you're consuming the story inside of Facebook instead of inside of taking you out to the New York Times. Dallas Morning News is going to be doing some of that. All the news sites really are doing it. They've got now this sports thing where you can sort of follow all the sports coverage on a particular game inside their interface. Make no mistake, Facebook is doing everything it can be to be the walled garden of the internet. I mean, my mom thinks Facebook is the internet. She never goes to the Safari button on her iPad. She goes to the Facebook button, and that's how she lives the internet. And so, I will say, the other thing on Facebook I hear a lot is a lot of our clients come to us and will ask very seriously, should we get off of Facebook? Right? Because they're sort of angry that they have to pay to get to the people that that Mark Cuban was big on that, was sort of one of the leaders on that, was, hey, if I got to pay, then I don't want to do Facebook. And people say, well, Facebook's dying, and it's shrinking, and the kids aren't on there. 71% of living adults are on Facebook. It's growing 14% year over year, and while the millennials, the younger ones, may not be participating as much, they're still on there every day. There are a lot of interesting niche things you can do to reach people that I think are frankly a lot more fun than posting stuff on Facebook. But if you want to get to everybody, this is where you got to go. And so I think every move that Facebook makes to make itself sort of more of the walled garden of the internet is very interesting.
Do you think that's good or bad?
I think it's terrible. And it gets to a point I'll make later, but I think the problem is that the internet is so big, it's hard to know where to go for people who are, let's face it, this is the digital 1% in the room right here, right? Our friends and neighbors are not necessarily so digitally savvy, and it's overwhelming, and people need filters, and Facebook has done a very good job of filtering to what people think they want to see. I think there's a lot better sources of information. The other thing they've done, I should have put this as a trend and I didn't, Facebook and Google have done a very good job of making content load fast, which is really where a lot of traditional publishers have fallen down. And sadly, part of all this wonderful programmatic advertising is you go to a news site page and it cranks and tells you to, it takes forever to load. There's a weekly newspaper in this town that shall go unnamed that, you go there on your mobile device, it pops up and says, hey, do you want to sign up for a newsletter? Hey, can I have your location? Hey, will you open an app? And then you get to the content, right? Google and Facebook have been ruthless about making sure that content loads fast, and therefore they can load more ads. And that's one of the reasons why you see publishers putting their content into these platforms directly, is because it's going to load faster and it's going to be a better user experience than on their own sites. Really a big mistake that people have made. So that's one of the things I would urge you, no matter what your site or sites you're producing as, check your load times. If your site doesn't load fast, and don't use the excuse of, oh, my cell signal's bad here, because your customer's cell signal's bad too. Make sure it loads. So I was big on the TV convergence thing last time, and it didn't really happen. I know people were saying Apple was going to build an actual TV. The Apple TV remained kind of a neutered device for a while. But with the Chromecast and the new Apple TV and the Roku, the digital experience is finally there, and now you can actually do interesting things like buy products. Gilt has an app on the new TV. I always follow casual gaming, right? If you look at the rise in casual gaming as people got smartphones, and it really has put a dent into the business of all but the biggest video game makers for like the Xbox and the PlayStation. Well, this thing's filled with casual games, and if you go look at the top sellers on it, that's what people are doing. This is also allowing people to get really niche in what they watch on TV. There are so many individual set-top channels now My wife, actually, she's in the film business. She works for a company here in Dallas called WellGo USA, and they're a big distributor of Asian film. They do a lot of other things too, but Asia's what they're known for. They're launching an OTT channel this week called Hi-Ya. And if you go watch the video trailer, the badly dubbed guys in the Kung Fu movie are me. But point is, this is not as robust an experience as going to your browser and searching and finding all the web you want, but it's so simple and it's so easy and it's right there on your big screen. So this is really going to be important over the next couple of